What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I'm BRAVExHERO, and today we're going to be talking about perks, and more specifically we're going to be talking about the new perk Frenzy. Frenzy is a new legendary perk that can be found on some of the new Season of the Chosen weapons. Those weapons will be on screen. What really made me want to test this perk out is going to be the new SMG, the Extraordinary Rendition. I ended up getting this weapon to drop with Surplus and Frenzy. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the bonus damage you get from this perk, and is it viable for PvP or PvE, or is it an all-around good perk to have on one of your weapons? But before we get into the video, do me a huge favor. If you're enjoying the videos, hit that like button. It really helps me out. But without further delay, let's get into the video. Frenzy is a new legendary perk which reads, being in combat for an extended time increases damage, handling, and reload for this weapon until you're out of combat. First, let's talk about how to activate this perk. Now, this perk is easily activated just by being in combat, like it says. But you're probably asking yourself, how long do I need to be in combat? Well, you need to be in combat for 12 seconds. One of the cool things I really liked about this perk is that you do not need to have the weapon out. Just when you were in combat, doesn't matter what weapon you have out at the time. You could be meleeing, you could be utilizing your heavy machine gun, your grenade launcher. Once those 12 seconds are up and you pull out the weapon that has Frenzy on it, the perk will activate immediately. Now, one of the things that's going to make this weapon a top tier option for PvE and maybe PvP, depending on your playstyle, is that you can keep this perk active indefinitely. The only caveat is you need to be doing continuous damage. Now, for PvE, this can be easily done. There's a lot of ads to clear out, so you can keep firing your weapon and dealing damage. Now, for PvP, this is where the tricky part comes into play. You're gonna have to kind of peek out, activate the perk. Remember, it takes 12 seconds to activate the perk. Once it's active, again, you have to stay alive and get a couple kills and do continuous damage. So I can see this perk being very deadly on a specific build, maybe something like a Devourer Warlock, or even a Wormhusk Hunter. One of the things to keep in mind is that you do not have to keep this weapon out. If you're utilizing the SMG like I am, you can swap over to a shotgun, you can swap over to your heavy machine gun. As long as you're in continuous battle, this perk will stay active as long as you pull the weapon back out. As you can tell from the footage in the background, I'm continuously in a battle, I'm doing damage, and every time I pull out my SMG, the perk activates. Now, you're probably wondering, Brave, how far away can I be from my enemy to activate this perk? Do I have to be next to them? Do I have to be about 10 meters? Well, you can literally be on the other side of the map and activate this perk as long as you're doing continuous damage, which makes sense because this perk is also on the sniper rifle, the rocket launcher, and the combat bow. Now, let's talk about the increased damage. For PvE, we're looking at about an 18% damage increase, which isn't bad at all for a perk that's going to be active indefinitely if you're doing damage. For PvP though, you're looking at a 16 to 17% damage increase. The Extraordinary Rendition does a 22 base critical shot and a 16 body shot. But when you have the perk active, you're doing 26 headshot and 19 body, which is pretty nuts in my opinion. Keep it in mind, if you're running and gunning in PvP, you can pull out your Fellwinters, get a couple kills, swap back over to the Extraordinary Rendition, get a couple more kills, swap back over to the Fellwinters, and you will eventually activate the perk in that 12-second span. Now, moving into the handling and the reload, the handling is no quick draw. It's going to give you a boost in handling, nothing super significant, nothing like a pseudo quick draw, but it's there. The reload is not outlawed, but the reload is effective. If you're in PvE, this reload will be super useful. It's gonna help you keep you in the fight. Overall, for a PvE perk, I think this is gonna be a 10 for 10 top tier. If you're somebody looking for a replacement for one of your current meta weapons that you're utilizing in PvE activities, then you might wanna get your hands on the Extraordinary Rendition with the perk Frenzy on it. Now, for PvP, it's not going to be a super deadly perk. In my opinion, I'm going to drop it into a 4 out of 10. I don't see this as something super desirable, and the only reason for that is that it requires you to be in an engagement for 12 seconds, which in PvP, 12 seconds is an extremely long time to activate a perk, and in the current meta and sandbox with abilities and your health regeneration, I don't see this climbing to the top of the list as a super competitive perk. But hey, if you're like me and you like to test out builds and you get your hands on a Frenzy perk, then you might want to just put it in the vault. Maybe it gets a buff later on, or maybe you find a way to utilize it in PvP. Overall, this is a great perk for PvE. If you're getting weapons to drop, you're jumping into the battlegrounds, and you happen to get one of the newer weapons with this perk on it, then go out there and take it for a spin. I'm pretty sure you're going to be shocked on how powerful it is. With that, thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you're new to the channel, then you might want to consider hitting that subscribe button and turn on all post notifications so you get notified when my videos go live. And again, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, guys, because it really helps me out. And if you're looking to catch some live gameplay of the new Season of the Chosen, I do go live on my channel, which is another reason you should turn on all notifications. And with that, like always, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.